Yesterday, WWE lost a Hall of Famer, a legend, a bad guy. Scott Hall, AKA Razor Ramon, passed away. Scott Hall is a legend in the pro wrestling industry. He was famous for the character Razor Ramon, the bad guy with the jewelry, the bad guy who was famous for having the ladder match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 10. The bad guy who was just cool that everyone loved. Everyone wanted to be Razor Ramon. I wanted to be Razor Ramon as a 7-year-old. I used to walk around doing this and flaunting my arms. Scott Hall, what he meant to me, what he meant to the entire wrestling community goes beyond words. From him being a member of the clique with his compadres, you doing this, you know Scott Hall was around. Even when he went to the NWO and WCW in 1996, forever changed the landscape of pro wrestling. So Scott, thank you for everything you've done for the pro wrestling business, and rest in peace as they open the gates for you. Mike?
He was definitely one of the best. Went through a lot of struggles later on in life, post WWE, and he battled it out with the help of DDP, and he reached the pinnacle of his career, something that a lot of people didn't think that he was going to reach, the Hall of Fame. And then he went on and got inducted again into the Hall of Fame. What does that say about Scott Hall? It's not just that he was a trailblazer, he was the bad guy. No, but he was an inspiration. He's one of those guys that made it through hell, and now he's in heaven. So, Scott.
So again, thank you, Scott Hall, and this one's for you, to the bad guy.
By the fans, for the fans. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In fact, do it now.
After I graduated college, in the process of looking for work, I said to myself, wait a minute, I learned everything that ESPN is doing. I was on air, I know how to edit. Why not just put a show on together with my friends that I'm always debating with? Who are your top 4 centers in NBA history all time?
Damn, you're putting me on the spot.
Absolutely.
I know we said no honorary mentions, but the one honorary mention I'm going to give is to Wilt Chamberlain. He was a 2-time NBA champion. He was a 1-time Finals MVP, 4-time MVP, 13-time All-Star.
Travis, who's now flipping to Patrick Mahomes' argument.
Come on, man.
Travis
don't do that, man.
Yeah, I got to call you out. I'm sorry.
These are my goats. So, starting off, I'm going with the Miz. In my opinion, I think.
I'm out of here.
In my opinion, I think.
Carl, control your man.
Can we listen? Can we speak? Can I speak? Can we listen? Can I speak?
Big E alongside Mike Murillo, Carl Coulange, and again, as you saw in our opening, if you didn't get a chance to see it, we paid our tributes to Scott Hall. But as Scott would want, the show must go on, right, Mike?
Of course, everything.
So last night, I was watching Monday Night Raw. Well, this morning, I guess you could call it last night, but early in the morning, because you know I watch Raw in the morning, and I look at my phone, and a great contributor of the Sports Hit List, who's been a big supporter, Anthony Diaz, was at Raw in Jacksonville with his son Amari, and he made a sign. If you see right now, made a sign that said Carl and Carl 316, the Sports Hit List by the fans for the fans. His son Amari, who's a big Rey Mysterio fan, and you actually spotted the sign on TV when Kevin Owens was coming down the aisle. Can we get a shot of that sign on TV? It was amazing for us to see that. Special shout out and thank you to Anthony and for doing that. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to see your sign on TV and somebody took a time out of their day to do that.
Huge.
It means the world to me, and I can't thank you enough. And Rey Mysterio gave your son a special treat. I believe we have that clip, so let's roll it where Rey Mysterio acknowledged his son with the head bump at Raw last night. That's the Mike. How cool is that, right? Could you imagine being a 7 to 8 year old? As much as I have my beef with Rey Mysterio, like there's nothing better than Rey Mysterio doing that to you and being in that position. And clearly, Anthony knew getting the tickets, you get a better chance of being in a position for Rey to acknowledge you like that.
Of course, I'm usually the guy that has sat on the nosebleeds at least 3 times. So the fact that he got to enjoy that at such a young age, and Rey Mysterio, like, I've seen him in interviews, he's the coolest guy you can meet.
Yeah.
So the fact that he did that, it was awesome. And you could see the excitement on his face. He was all like, all jittery and all that. It's going to be a great memory for the kid, honestly.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I can't imagine him being in that moment, especially as a 7 or 8 year old, going through that experience. So congratulations to Amari for getting that experience. And again, Anthony Diaz, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. And I can't thank you enough for that sign. It definitely meant the world to me and also the brand. So thank you for that. In other WWE news, we had Big E get injured last Friday during SmackDown. Suffered a broken neck. He doesn't even require surgery. I believe it was a C1 or C4 in his neck. When you first saw it, it was just like, whoa. You couldn't believe it. And it's crazy because Big E had a comment about it. When he was WWE champion, he was on, I believe, Hot 97 or Power 105.1. And he had a comment about, you trust that the person that you're wrestling with. I posted to the Hit List Facebook that they're not going to break your neck. Shout out to Clint Hall for getting us that clip. And it just so happens, a few months later, he breaks his neck. What were your thoughts there?
Well, they go so fast that it's like, boom. You have to watch. You can't turn your back and just be like, oh, there goes the match. I missed it. Yeah. It was very fast, but they cut straight to Kofi. But there's one thing, and we mentioned this before we came on air. My God, Rich Holland, he's green. He is green.
He is. But you know what it is, though? A lot of people are they're saying, a lot of people were saying that Rich Holland shouldn't have done that spot. And they kind of blame him. They say, no, you don't do such especially with bigger guys, you don't do a body over the head suplex like that, right? I believe that could have happened in any given situation. That these are the risks that the wrestlers take. And when you put your body on the line, and we've seen freak injuries before. It's not the first time we've seen someone break a bone in the middle of the ring, so or outside the ring in Big E's case. So I think, yes, he is green, and he will learn from it. But it's unfortunate for Big E, especially after losing the WWE Championship, and now he has to be out for a significant amount of time. I hope he has a speedy recovery and he is able to get back into the ring. But these are the risks. Is this not a risk going into becoming a professional wrestler that you're going through?
Well, it's obviously a risk. I mean, look how many guys, oh my God, Draws ended up paralyzed.
Yeah, Stone Cold did when he caught a
he
pile
almost,
driver
he almost ended up paralyzed as well.
From Owen Hart, yeah.
This is it, and this goes to show you, people are like, oh, it's fake. It's really? Does that neck brace look fake to you? The fact that he mentioned that, he could still feel everything. Is that not a scary feeling that you could possibly go through? You know what I mean? Like, come on. There's real injuries. No joke.
So, Big E, we wish you all the best. We wish you everything that coming to you is positive vibes, and that you get back into the WWE and get back into the squared circle soon enough, because we will miss that spirit that comes with the New Day. That's a big part of the New Day. Xavier Woods is also out as well, so I guess Kofi may go back to singles until that happens. Other WWE related news, we have Queen Sharmell. It pains me to say, but Queen Sharmell is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. I don't.
Booker T, if you're watching this, kick his ass.
Sucker. Listen, I have no words for this. Honestly, when I saw that she made the list, I was kind of thinking to myself, how in life, and no disrespect to Sharmell, I love Sharmell, I love her gimmick, love the Black Queen. I cannot, no disrespect to the Black Queen, but in terms of standards and in terms of women who are being inducted, in terms of personnel getting inducted, Queen Sharmell does not stand out as a top WWE superstar. She was a great valet. She did her job as Queen Sharmell for King Booker, right?
Exactly.
But I didn't see her getting elevated to that Hall of Fame stardom. And sometimes, and this is where you argue that the Hall of Fame becomes watered down when you get a Coco Beware, when you get something that someone who didn't have a significant character be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
But I mean, it's not necessarily that. We've seen this throughout the past decade, that WWE now feel forced that, you know what, doesn't matter what woman it is, we have to induct her as long as she's done something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It sucks. He's probably going to kick our ass, but watch this, man.
No, again,
you know
like I
what?
said, no disrespect.
But you know
Listen,
what?
Queen Sharmell, I
Look.
love Queen Sharmell. I love what she did. I love what she was able to do. But I'm just questioning.
I love Booker T.
Yeah, of
I
course.
love him, but
he's a two-time Hall of Famer. Absolutely,
exactly.
of
Look,
course.
if she did more, amazing. Okay, if she wrestled,
Right. So she doesn't have the resume.
Right.
That's fair to say. She doesn't have the resume to
if
be
she
inducted.
wrestled,
right. That's
fantastic. The one thing that I will say about WWE is that, okay, now it feels forced, but they really have to look at their history and really have to be like, wait a minute, there was this woman who contributed a lot. She's that hasn't been inducted. You know who came to mind when they were going to induct a woman this year for me? Lillian Garcia.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, for sure.
You really gotta if you're gonna continuously induct women, you really gotta look deep, because even Tori Wilson was controversial. So you really gotta look.
But listen, as I said, no disrespect to Queen Sharmell. I love Queen Sharmell. I just don't believe Queen Sharmell has a resume to get inducted into a Hall of Fame. But what do I know? I'm not on the WWE committee to know who gets inducted and who doesn't. Other news you wanted to discuss? You had EA Sports with the WWE video game. That's the next. That's another topic that you said you wanted to discuss, right?
Yes. This is apparently going to be the last game under the license.
Mm-hmm.
So if they wanted to, they can re-sign. The game, first off, I haven't played the game. From what I've heard or the reviews, it's been great. But again, you also want to test the waters, because a lot of people complain about 2K. You know, EA, I know a lot of people are going to complain about EA too, but the fact of the matter is, take a look at FIFA, one of the most bought games, you know, around the world. Think about it. It could work out if they do with EA. I would be really interested with that. I would really want to see how they do it. So.
Listen, I'll be totally honest. I was a big gamer as a kid. I played WWE Attitude. I played Warzone. Even No Mercy with my friend at N64. I was a huge gamer. The first SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, Know Your Role. And then when I got a job at my movie theater, I put the controller down and I never picked it up again. I'll be totally honest.
Yeah.
But I was a big gamer. Like, I was huge into beating the games, creating my own superstar, going through the gauntlet, going through all the challenges. But over the time, I've seen how the games have been produced. I know Christian from AEW Injection or Pro Wrestling Injection, whatever they're calling themselves
Why are you
nowadays.
mentioning that name?
Because he did a live on our Twitch.
Yeah, one of the worst lives I've ever seen.
During Elimination Chamber.
I didn't even watch that.
Listen, during Elimination Chamber. So I understand the gaming. I understand it's all a process. I think this year's game, Ray was on the cover, right?
Yeah, Ray was on the cover.
Ray was on the
Long
cover.
overdue.
Yeah, so, and I think there's like a managerial aspect to it.
Yes, that's
that
what people have been asking
right?
for.
Yeah. So again, I'm not a big gamer. I don't know if you still play the games, but
I used to be a big gamer. Ever since COVID, I don't know why. I can't. The only thing I really play is FIFA. But growing up as a kid, I played in the Game Boy. I played in the Game Boy. I played Day of Reckoning 1, played Day of Reckoning 2. I loved playing in the PS2. Dude, we marked out for when I remember there was one good man. It's just memories, you know, when you were a young kid.
Yeah,
It's
for
great.
sure. Yeah, the games were fun. I mean, like I said, if I ever tried to go play them again, I probably would get back into it.
I was in third grade, right? I had a good friend of mine. We came over to our house and we played. And Shawn Michaels and Triple H, they were separate characters. So we're kind of like, I wonder if they're in a tag team match together. Well, we get the DX theme song. And we got the DS theme song for Raw vs. SmackDown 2007. And we marked out. We're like, yeah.
Yeah, the
we
games were fun
did it.
back in the day. But like I said, I haven't played since SmackDown in probably like 04. I think when it switched to Raw vs. SmackDown, that was probably the last version I played. And our last topic of news, WWE not having fan access. You know, this year at WrestleMania, for those who may not know, fan access is kind of like the before WrestleMania, where you get to meet different superstars, you get to see all the memorabilia, you get to have your things signed. I've been fortunate enough to do 2 fan access. I did WrestleMania 26 fan access, WrestleMania in Arizona. I did WrestleMania fan access in Georgia in 2011. It's always a great time. I was able to meet a lot of superstars. So I'm not sure if it's because of the COVID protocols as to why. I'd like to believe that we're back to normal at this point, and that we have fans with a capacity crowd. So I'm not sure why they wouldn't have it. But Mike, you may have further on it.
It's the 2-night event. I think that's what it is. It's definitely the 2-night event that's had them all, you know, convoluted and just like, you know, to really have time to think about this and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely unfortunate. Hopefully they bring it back next year. You know.
Yeah, I think next year's WrestleMania is supposed to be one night. I may have to take a trip to California for that one. I don't know, because from what I'm understanding, it may be maybe The Rock versus Roman. So I may have to make another WrestleMania appearance. I think I may, after almost a decade of
I've never gone to an Access, so I hope they bring it back.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a great opportunity, and I understand why they don't have it, but they also want to gear the fans towards the. They want the fans to be towards the superstore. That's what I read.
Right.
So we're gonna take another commercial break. You're watching Loyal to the E live on Facebook and on Twitch on the Sports Hit List by the fans and for the fans. Stay tuned. Okay, so is there anything else on that list that you wanted to touch upon?
You already know James Harden, man. I don't care that he's looking good. I think it's pathetic to me. I think that's sad that you could act this way about 2 different franchises, where you could literally make yourself fat and out of shape 2 straight years, and then when you get to where you want to go, you crispy. Like, you could easily, like, the fact everybody joking about how, like, what kind of water do they have in Philly? What kind of health staff do they have, that somebody with an alleged hamstring injury could all of a sudden be completely healthy, and when he looked like he couldn't play dead, and all of a sudden he looked healthy, and to me that's whack. I don't like it. Like, it's disrespectful to the game to be like that. Like, at some point, you be a professional. If you don't like the team, that's one thing. But for you to tank your game and sabotage your team because you want to get your way out is whack to me. Because in the same way we saying, oh, well, he's justified because he didn't sign up for what Kyrie did. Neither did KD. But KD still gave 110% every single game. He never threw a game. He never tanked a game. He made sure to show up and play basketball like everybody else on that roster. And the fact that he used Kyrie to do that to KD, that's why KD had all the reports where they had a falling out or whatever in there, and that's why he was acting shady with him during the draft. So I think that's whack to me. So I don't care about him playing good. We knew he would, but it's sad that you could see a player really just going to basically point shave by not playing for real and by letting himself go just so he could force his way out because he doesn't like something. That's a bad message to the kid in life. Always be a professional. MLK talked about, if you're going to be a garbage man, be the best garbage man you could be. Give 110%. You give 110% no matter what. So no, I don't respect that. And I would prefer they don't win a championship.
We're back here on Loyal to the E on the Sports Hit List by the fans and for the fans. In our final segment of the day, WWE SmackDown, it ended with Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey having a backstage brawl in a car. It's not
Seen this before?
like we've seen them before around the car. So I was reading the chat, and Nick wasn't too happy with the card. TK chimed in. He felt like it was a glorified Monday Night Raw. A lot of rematches and matches we've seen before, so nothing new. So what are your thoughts on that segment that kind of ended Raw?
I mean, we saw this. We saw this already. We saw this back, 2019.
That's lazy writing.
It's like
that's lazy writing.
I get you I understand you want to build the match, and listen, a lot of people would care about it, but personally, I don't care about the match. You could do whatever you want. I'm not emotionally invested into it. It is what it is. Another Charlotte main event. I'm just not into it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I get it. Ronda's coming back, and clearly you want a top name in that spot. You have Charlotte Flair, who's basically the face of the women's division, or you can call it a face with her and Becky Lynch. So I get it. I totally get it. And my IFB as it falls out my ear, as it always does.
You know what? As that happens, let's segue onto something else that's going to happen.
That's fine. I mean, listen, go ahead. Go right ahead while I try to fix it. I mean,
Butch, my God. For those of you who don't know who Butch was, he was the known as Pete Dunne, who's made numerous appearances on WWE TV as it is, as Pete Dunne. And now he's completely changed. And we're supposed to pretend like it never happened.
Yeah, I saw him on Raw, and I saw him on SmackDown, excuse me, and I was like, who the hell? He just appeared out of nowhere. Like, he just came at the end of that match. I guess it was kind of a distraction from what happened with Big E, but he just popped out of nowhere.
He was on Pat McAfee's War Games team, okay? Well, a part of his little group while Pat McAfee was down in NXT. Pat McAfee was literally right in front of him. And, oh no, he's Butch. He's not Pete
So
Dunne.
they just scrapped his name, and now he's Butch.
And now he's a new character. But also, he has, this new thing about him in which he's going to be the small guy that's going to be attacking everybody, after the match. So it's, you disappointed me again. You've disappointed me, WWE. I can't believe it.
It's hard to defend.
I can't. I just can't. And you see, for those who say, oh, we're just WWE and this and that, we criticize WWE, and this is one of the main things that we criticize them about. They just love to change guys.
There's a lot of things that we can criticize them about, but I think we're very selective in how we go about it. But there's a lot of things that we could criticize them for.
If it ain't broken, don't, what's saying?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, basically.
Had a brain fart right there.
So before we sign off, we have a couple of things we need to address in the hit list streets that have kind of been bothering Mike, and I think Mike wants to talk about it. We're going to go to our sign-off card, but this is totally off script. I know it's not in the script, so my team, just bear with me and follow my lead here. Mike, you want to lead the way since this is your idea? You had something to say.
You're doing this too. Yes.
But you said you had something to say, so go ahead.
I didn't say you're doing this.
You just told me you had something to say.
What do you mean I had something to say?
You said you had something to say.
Okay, I had something to say.
So say it.
Okay, fine then. I love Gigi. Okay.
No, that's not what you had to say. No.
Not what I had to say.
No. We're not going to do that.
This was not in the script.
I know it wasn't in the script, so say what you got to say.
Say what I got to say.
Yeah,
oh,
say
man.
what you got to say. Or you want me to start it off since you don't know what to say?
Okay, fine then. Go ahead. Start it off.
Fine. You have a problem with the people who are on Pro Wrestling Injection. You have a problem with Zach
No, wait.
You have a problem with Nick Monaro.
We were going to end that.
You have a problem with Christian Pollard, right?
I never said. We were going to end this with.
No, with what? With
Look,
the promo,
this
right?
was not in the script.
I don't care what's in the script. You literally said you had a problem with them. You wanted to call them out, so call them out.
No, I'm going to break the fourth wall right here, right now. This was not in the script for us to do this in the middle of the show.
But listen, it's not the middle. You literally just said you wanted to talk about them. So talk about them.
Talk about. Are they in professional wrestling?
No, they are. There's a show on the Sports Hit List brand that goes on Wednesday night. They cover AEW Injection. You said you wanted to call them out and you wanted them to come in studio. Isn't that what you said?
Okay, fine then. You guys can come in studio. There's a special date. We're not going to release it just yet, but there's a special date that people le gustan a lot. That's just a little right there. Knock on wood. Le gustan celebrar mucho, and you know what? You guys can come on that day. I just like to say that. What's wrong? You like me goose?
Nah, listen,
Latino
man.
heat, baby.
Listen. All I'm saying is
it's a special date.
You seem to have a problem with a lot of those guys. I call it how it is. I just call them hypocrites. I know they're hypocrites.
I don't call them hypocrites.
I do. I'll call them hypocrites. I don't care.
Okay, yes, they are a little bit hypocritical.
They're very, very hypocritical.
Okay, I'm going to say this right now to the people. I'm going to let you in on a little something. All right, I was called a moron. Okay, on one of the things, because I said, you know, I don't really like this. You know, I don't like this music change.
Let me
John
see if they're in the
Moxley.
comments, because I know they got something to say.
But
'Cause
look,
there's a lot of people who have something to say.
look.
I'm gonna check. No, they're in the comments.
They're in the comments?
No, they are. Let them come in the comments.
No.
It's cool, because this is what happens.
no.
Oh no, hold on, wait, time out. This is what happens. Those guys, they're very hypocritical. They come on here again. I have no problem with AEW, and I want people to dispel that rumor right now and say that I'm a WWE loyalist. Yes, I am, which is why the show is named Loyal to the E. But I still watch AEW every single week. Thank you. That's Ed Molina. Shout out to Ed Molina. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. A lot of people have a problem and think I don't watch the other product. I watch them. I watch them every single Saturday morning when I'm doing my grading and I'm doing what I need to do. I watch them. So let's dispel that rumor right now, okay? The problem I have is when they're very hypocritical. My IFB just fell out my ear. I don't care. The problem I have is when they're very hypocritical. When one thing's happening in AEW and it happens in WWE, oh, it's a goddamn problem. That's my issue, is that keep it 100, be consistent. You have a problem with something that WWE does, you should have the same problem when AEW does it. That's all I'm going to say.
You got to tone it down a little bit.
No, I don't have to tone it down, because it's true, because every single time they come into the group chat and they have a problem to say about it, so I'm going to speak on it. Every single, and you know they do. They come into the group chat, they make it uncomfortable for us to talk about.
You didn't let me finish.
I'm sorry.
So I was called, look, I was called a moron. Okay, just because I did not like John Moxley's theme song. Oh, but I throw the word Mark out there. They're like, no, this is the end
I'm reading
of the
comments. Here we
conversation.
go. Mike says he's got something to say, but then he backs down.
No, back down. Get the hell out of here. You guys about to make me walk off this set.
Listen,
Get out of here.
Listen,
no,
listen,
you know
listen,
what?
listen.
I'm gonna
bring it down. Bring it down.
Listen,
Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down a notch. Just bring it down a notch, okay? Listen. Exactly. So we got to.
My head.
Yeah, because your head got cut off.
I don't care.
We got to wrap up. My IFB is hanging off. This is a mess right now.
Wait, we're gonna. No, we're
I just got
not.
to fix it. It is. What, you got something else you want to talk about?
Yeah, we're gonna do our little thing.
What thing?
We're gonna end this off with the shoe promos.
So Zach just said you have to say what you have to say.
I have to say what I have to say.
Yeah, he wants you to talk to him. He's watching right now. Talk to him.
Want to talk to? Okay, I think I think you guys are hypocrites. All right, I hate the fakeness sometimes. Well, I mean, not. You know, Nick is a cool guy. But I hate
Zach.
But it's specifically Zach that just gets on my nerves. It grinds my gears. Okay, it gets on my nerves. The hypocrisy sometimes, and it gets on my nerves. Get the hell out of here! You guys called me a moron. It was specifically Nick, and I think Nick is a cool guy. Yeah. You called me a moron.
Listen. Our director, you're not helping.
Yeah,
listen,
but
you're not helping right now.
You're not helping right now. As soon as I throw the word Mark out there, it's like, let's walk away. Shut up, okay? I would throw the workout Mark there because you guys don't know. Look.
Watch the language. Watch the language.
Listen. Extreme Wrestling, ECW was great. But let me tell you something. They think that if I take this screen and I take it off and I hit it towards you, that's an art. Come on. Tell me, how is that an art? And I don't care if my voice pubes out. No, I'm saying what I want to say. This is our show. We get to say whatever.
I'm reading the comments right now. I'm going through it.
We are just now my FP's coming off. We get to say what we want to say here. We are going to be the A show. Okay? Enough with the hypocrisy. Enough with the markiness. I just made that word up. Okay? Let's just be fans. Damn it.
All right. Well, that does it here for
No. I want you to cut your promo.
Listen, that was my promo, bro.
It was not. It was not your promo.
That was my promo.
No, that
bro.
was not your promo. Okay.
Promo. That was my promo, bro. I'm wrapping up. That was my promo. That's it. That was my promo. That's it.
No, that was
done.
not.
I'm done.
Okay, fine. Let me end it this way. I will invite you guys. You guys are allowed to come here. Not whenever the hell they want. No, we have a specific moment. Y ustedes saben que es ese momento. Okay? Yo soy español. You know what? She's not helping. I hear voices in my head right now, and they're not helping. Listen to me, okay? Ustedes pueden venir en un día que I think I'm giving them some specific things on what day that might come. Okay, so we're gonna get it on. You guys can come on here. That sounds kind of weird. And whatever. All right, we're gonna invite you on here. Look, you choose when to come. All right, you want to come in? We are gonna let you come in on our date. I've been speaking Spanish. Okay, Latino Heat. I'm giving you the hints on when you can come in. I'm giving you the hints. If you're smart enough, because you're not smart enough about wrestling, if you're smart enough to know when that day is coming, then you will come on that day, okay? And you know what? You guys can mark out on whatever hell you want. But stop with the insults. Stop with the hypocrisy. Stop with saying things that are absolutely false. Jesus Christ. You see, I hear voices in my head, okay? And that's not helping. Damn it. Look, at the end of the day, you guys can come on here, okay? And you know what day that's going to be. Take the hints, okay? And then we can have a debate. We could square off. I don't care. We can do whatever. But come on here on the date that I'm giving you guys for, and we could just do it. We're going to call you out week by week. All right. The more we hear, the more we read, you're going to be called out week by week. WrestleMania is going to be great. Sure, we're going to judge it. I've judged it too. Double or Nothing is not going to beat it though, okay? And I'm sick and tired of you, oh, well, don't watch it. Oh, this and that. Well, guess what? I'm going to watch whatever the hell I want, okay? Simple as that. Bueno? I'm going to play that until you say something.
Are you done?
One more time. Okay.
All right. Well, I have nothing to add. I'll do my yelling at Mike off camera. So thank you for watching today's edition of Loyal to the E. We have other shows, so if you want to watch more hitless content, today, Chirp and Chat at 5:30 with Ryan, who's our technical director right now for some hockey. Then we have the Fan Zone at 7 o'clock with Manny and Mike. Tomorrow we have Sports Mania at 4 o'clock with Andres and Jordan.
I like that.
Then we have On the Court, we'll do bracketology with myself and the basketball guys at 7 o'clock. And Pro Wrestling Injection at 10 o'clock.
Well, why did you say that? Okay, keep
Because they pay me to. That's what we do. Can we get back the graphic, please? And stop.
Yes,
Don't
please.
interrupt me again. Sorry.
I
when I'm doing my closing. All right. So then we have the B Show with the First Lady, the only lady of the sports hit list, at 7 o'clock on Thursdays. And 7:30 we have the roster with Paul and Travis for your off-season football needs at 7:30, and then we're right back at it on Monday with Smoke and Mirrors with Declan, Greg, and Steph at 7 o'clock. So 9 shows, 4 days a week on the sports hit list by the fans for the fans. Please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to all of our content all over social media. Thank you to all the supporters. Thank you to Anthony for the sign. Ed Molina, special shout out to you, bro. You're always a big supporter too. We definitely appreciate it. And tune in next week and find out what Loyal to the E is all about.
Yes,
and special thank you to my crew. We got Denise behind the camera. We have Mario on camera, Cameo on graphics, directed by Jasmine, TD, Ryan, and James is our audio. And we have Jared behind 3Play. So I got to give a shout out to the love of the crew. You guys don't see them, but they do work hard by putting the show on together every Tuesday from 3 to 5 o'clock. So special shout out to him. And Tavion, where did he go? I don't know where he went, but he was behind that camera. So special thank you to him as well. And Chirp and Chat coming up next at 5:30. Take care.
I'm going to go take a chill pill.